Hey everybody, Sky here. Wanted to come at you with a little bit of a Dota 2 insider type, etc. As you know, I've been doing a lot of Pangolier gameplay, as you can see here, now looking upwards of 112 games. And we're at a 43% win rate, which isn't the best, but I'm proud of it nonetheless, because it started out at something that was far more scary. Let's be real. I had like a 10% win rate at one point, and Pangolier has a lot of complexity and finesse. That's the biggest thing I'd say, finesse about him. So, while as you can see, we're not really looking too hot in the MMR space right now, because we have been as high as 4K. I am gonna look to show you guys a little bit on how I reflect as a player and how I look to improve my own individual gameplay performance. So with that in mind, I just kind of wanted to show you a website that if you weren't already aware of, I wanted to point out. It's called dotamastery.io, and I'm going to have that come up on the screen now. There we go. And what's cool about this site is you can search based on the average MMR of the game and then choose a specific hero that you want to search by, a role, region. They've got it all. They've got a lot of cool ways that you can break it down, and you can even have it include losses, which I feel are important to learn from as well, especially if you're the sort of guy who is playing up against a certain matchup consistently, trying to see how certain players may try to have an impact when they're playing from behind or whatever it may be. But for the premise of this, I'm going to show you a quick breakdown into analyzing a little bit of Pangolier gameplay. So we're going to go ahead and pick something out from here. I don't think there's anything too specific we want to look at. Let's look based on average MMR. So let's have a highest MMR game we can find. And let's see if there's any annoying matchups that we have here. Oh, here we go. This is a perfect one. So there's a Bloodseeker on the enemy team too. That's one of the most difficult matchups for a Pangolier to play against. So I think this would be a good one to look at. Hopefully it's not a stomp, and hopefully we can still get it on the Dota buff. So we'll see if we can get that here. So, okay. It's a type of itemization that I would expect against a Bloodseeker. I am a big fan of Lincoln Sphere against him. And it looked like there was just like one big fight, one big swing, and that's all it takes sometimes in Dota. So let's grab this match ID. Boop. And then we are going to go ahead and take this down, and then we're gonna load this up in some Dota 2. So we're gonna go over to learn, and that's not the right place we want to go. We want to go to the watch tab and replays, match ID. We're gonna paste that number up in here, and then we're gonna hit search. And we found the game. So this is a pretty high MMR game, if you can imagine. I mean, we've got CC and C here. 5, no big deal. And Pangolier, look at that. So with Pangolier, it really is about the impact you're able to have in a fight, and by that, it's positioning, your stuns, and how effective you can really end up being when you're in your rolling thunder. And we've got our replay downloaded, so let's go ahead and check it out. Main man Wraith King up in here. Oh, he's a big old Pangolier spammer, level 14. Look at that. Definitely into it.
Your ban, make it count.
So,
We're nearly ready.
this is one of the ways that I like to look at games. I'll get myself on the hero that I really want to observe. So, Pangolier. Let me just up this a little bit more. Lots of pausing. What a joy. Okay, let's just move it to like here. Not unpaused yet? Amazing.
Back to the indecipherable gibberish.
Okay. So we're on hero chase for the Pangolier. As you can see, he is doing some movement through the jungle, and we don't want to know what he's looking for right now. Everything is just going to be kind of like speculation, because we're going to try to put ourselves into the mind of the Pangolier. What is he doing? Where is he going? Why does he want to be in those places? You can see that there's a Necrophos on the minimap. And yes, we could be on player perspective of the Pangolier and see like his screen bouncing around and things like that. It's not going to give us the same sort of story that we're looking to tell, because we're going to have the tells of the cursor and where he's looking, whose items he's checking, and things like that. And that'll kind of tease what is going to actually happen. So we don't want that. We just want to be on the hero chase, and we want to keep the perspective as it currently is with the Pangolier. And we can check, we can check and see what's happening. So he's trying to go for the first rune, doesn't get it, baits out Dragon Breath, and he knows then what he's going to be going up against in the lane. So we know that there's going to be a Jakiro. We know that there's going to be a Monkey King. We know that Monkey King got his passive at level 1, and we know that Jakiro has his dual breath. So he knows what's up against him right now. And then we can kind of speculate where we're going to go from here. Top lane looks like some shenanigans are happening. People are dying, and that's unfortunate. Oh, God, that's super unfortunate. Oh, my God. Okay, so right now he's just looking to get denies, last hits, keep the lane pressure up as much as possible. So him coming over here lets him know early on if there's already another person coming. So he doesn't have vision over there. He goes in that direction to see if there's an additional threat on the way. Discerns that there isn't, and also able to break the creep aggro very quickly by going off into the tree line. Trying to stay as far away from the Jakiro as possible, force that dual breath to be on the wave as well. So you noticed right there, he was making Jakiro try to do the dual breath in a direction that would be like pew, on these creeps and stuff. Well, that is going to make the creep wave take the aggro, push onto him, or even push the lane back. So while we don't know if he was successful, that was a little bit more the intention. So again, keeping that movement, because needing to keep vision and eyes up on what's happening if there could be something shenanigan-wise happening there. So I like his play right here. He's looking to steal the creep wave, it looks like. So this is the second or third. I'm an idiot with this sometimes, I swear. I think it's the third creep wave. And because of the positioning of the Jakiro, made it very doable for him to come over there and just kind of steal it. Has to do a little bit of aggro mechanic to keep it coming at him, but this won't be an issue, and he'll be able to farm all of this under the safety of his tower, and he's got a Quelling Blade too, which makes it very easy to do at that. Except he went another layer. Oh, look at this. He waited for his creep wave and then pulled them into them. So then now he doesn't even have to worry about it. And these are things that he can see the Monkey King harassment and movement on the minimap.
I've been wanting this.
I'm not sure if he was able to get anything off of it. 3 and 2 does not look it. Creep aggro manipulation happening here. Jakiro missing. Could be doing shenanigans in the jungle. He's not. He's top. So this is given Pangolier a pretty safe time to do some harassment. Now, interesting to note, he went for the Heart Piercer early on rather than getting the 1 point into the shield crash. I think this is because it's a one-on-one lane now for the most part. So anytime he can trade a hit and then he does get that proc, or if he hits off that swashbuckler, it would probably be more impactful then. So like the shield crash is going to be helpful if you've got that 2-man or more opportunity, because then you're going to get that damage reduction benefit. This is also a hard lane for Pangolier, because Monkey King just kind of shreds him, as you see here with all these right clicks. All he needs is one more hit for that Jingu Mastery proc, and maybe he's trying to bait out a Boundless Strike to guarantee it. I don't think it's realistic, though. A lot of what he's doing is quite literally just trying to get experience in the lane. And that's typically what happens as a Pangolier. You sit there, you try to get experience, and then eventually you just come into it and you're a murder monster. All right, now we're going to switch to player perspective for a little bit. See what we can have going on from him. And he's going for a Javelin Rush, which I feel is probably the way to go, considering he's basically just left to a one-on-one at this point. So once he gets that Javelin, he's going to have such an enormous power spike that he'll be able to just shred opponents. That'll also help increase his farming speed a lot too. So while you can't always go for Javelin first in this game, it's going to be okay because it's a one-on-one, and that's gonna make him have that comeback because he doesn't have a lot of last hits. He's just going to try to hold on to get right to the Javelin. No boots, whatever. And then that's going to be his spike of power. When he cuts down these trees, this is helping him with like vision and stuff like that. And he's basically keeping Swashbuckle for being defensive. Uh-oh, Monkey King coming down hard. He does have the mango available. He's not going to be able to... Yeah. I would have tried to with the salve. So because he died, he's opting for more defensive, with the magic wand being the call. Excellent. What's interesting about that is Monkey King is not really going to be spamming a lot of spells against him, so he's not going to get a lot of value from it there. The value is going to come from team fights and other people using lots. And Bloodseeker comes to mind when I think of someone who's going to fill up a magic wand very quickly with this team he's going up against. If I were in his shoes, I'd probably just look to try to stay in the lane and get my farm, get my level 6, and then at 6, try to look for a kill opportunity on the Monkey King. Maybe hope to get a +1 for getting that kill on the Monkey King then at that point. Good swashbuckle back. It's getting a little sketchy. Oh, it hurts so bad. This is an hour-long game, so let's speed it up a little bit. So we're just in Pangolier land, you know, off doing Pangolier things, watching top, not really doing much with it. Still just going for our Javelin. So it's been the same sort of story for the last few minutes. And Javelin will be coming up and online basically now. Oh, what a roll! Able to get 1, 2 strikes, hits the bounce again, not going to be able to connect in on the third. He has a swashbuckle available, not going to really need to follow up on it. Just because there's no kill opportunity there. So he has his Javelin now coming out, and I think he's going to have like another big window right here for a kill, and this is usually what you go for. You got your +1 coming in with that rotation, and the Monkey King lives no longer.
Dominating.
See, it's interesting this Bloodseeker hasn't had any attention on the Pangolier. Granted, I know he's in the mid lane, but it's going to end up being something that could end up being his undoing. Alright, I want to back that up a little bit. Alright, so he saw stuff is happening there, but then Monkey King stops his stun. Just hanging out. I don't even know if it would have mattered if he went up there. That's the thing.
Radiant's
Steal the creep wave time? Yeah, I would definitely steal the creep wave too.
no more middle tower for Radiant.
Or kill the creep wave. That'll do. That'll do also. Yeah, Javelin will do that, wouldn't it?
Dire have fortified their towers.
Oh, that's a cheeky play.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Just cutting and killing the wave. Forcing out pressure from Monkey King. Alright, so back into hero chase. Yeah, just more stealing and cutting the wave because he's got a javelin and he's trying to force supports to rotate. Look that. There we go. Because if it's a one-on-one, Pangolier should win for the most part, except Monkey King has a stronger one-on-one, so you have to do other objective, stupid bullshit to pull people's attention. So then this ends up being pretty valuable because he forced a Jakiro rotation, he forced a Wind Ranger rotation, and Monkey King went from the bottom lane off all the way into the mid
Radiant's bottom tower
because of the shenanigans Pangolier was doing. So this is pretty valuable for them overall. And that wave's also going to get pushed. So when Pangolier comes back up, TPC's bottom, he's going to have an easy time getting all these last hits. He's played this very nicely. Space created, and you die in a way that is meaningful. So now he's just baiting out the Storm Spirit, or trying to. He's a better man than me to give up that farm. I would have been like, oh, swashbuckle, pa-pa, pa-pa. But he wants to be off map, or at least like that's his goal.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh, we're on player perspective. I thought I was on hero chase still.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower is destroyed. Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Getting down those swashbuckle timings and distances are really, really something, you know. I think that's really what a lot of it's all about. Okay. So while I am going to look to continue forwards and review the rest of this game, guys, the big things that I wanted to focus on in this game was early game. So seeing how you deal with a early game difficult laning situation. Granted, it wasn't a tri-lane or anything to that effect, which is a lot of what you end up going up against as a Pangolier. It's still a difficult draft to fight into nonetheless. So we've still got another 50 minutes of content on this replay specifically, but I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll see you in the next little review, recap, how to approach video on seeing what you should be doing for getting better at a character that you're passionate about. And sometimes watching people die is the way to go. Just watch over and over again. Why did I die? That's what you're just going to figure out. What a moment. Well, I'll see you on the battlefield, guys.